Welcome in. It is 7:32 on a Wednesday night. We are here to talk Dynasty Fantasy Football trades. We've got our first trade of the week ready to go. We've got 14 trades in the queue. It just passed across the top of your screen. Let me see where my hand needs to go, about there to point at the corner. And it will come through with all of the names of all of the trades that we're going to cover tonight. I don't like to waste a lot of time at the top of these live streams. Let's jump to the first trade. And we've updated a bit of the overlay. We've added in, if you've watched our show in the past, we've added in right over here, this whole new section for the manager submitting a trade. We got their whole team on the screen. First trade that we have today comes from Timmy in a 10-team Superflex Start 10. It's a PPR league. They are sending, the trade is, let's see, let's take a look at the notes, because I've gone through this trade and I'm not sure where things have gone, which side is here. It looks like there's been a lot of trades in this last week. This says team was a little too top heavy and thin at running back. This addresses both. You still have Justin Jefferson, Luther, and the 104 and vets at receiver. Are they showing up on that team from Timmy? The Twin Stowers, Justin Jefferson. I mean, I think a lot of this stuff is gone, or they submitted this under a different league. But here's the trade. Jamar Chase, Jonathan Brooks, AJ Barner, and a pick, a 27 projected late third for Genty, a 27 first, the 109 in this year's draft, a 27 second, Tank Bigsby and Jake Tonjes. Am I sending Jamar Chase for this? I think I can. Let's break this trade down a little bit. We've got Jamar Chase on one side, and would you send Jamar Chase for Genty and a 27 first? I think a lot of people would say, like, okay, we're not crazy. It's not super far off to have that. And then when we start looking at the rest of this, am I sending Jonathan Brooks, AJ Barner, and a third for the 109, a 27 second, Tank Bigsby and Jake Tonjes? I mean, Tank Bigsby probably doesn't do anything here. A 27 third also doesn't really do anything, but Tonjes to start the year, I think so. Can we move Jamar Chase for this in the first, and then Brooks, Barner, and you get the 109 in a second? Like, I think we're going with the Genty side. If you guys feel like that's not quite right, let me know in the chat. If you're joining in on TikTok, we've got the landscape feed. That should, I don't know, in my mind, this means landscape. We've got vertical, landscape. We've got the landscape feed that will show you the entire thing with a little bit more, as well as we are live on Twitch and YouTube. Both same channel name, Boom Bust Fantasy, on Twitch and YouTube. If you're looking to catch the higher quality widescreen feeds, let's jump to the next trade that we have. And as we do that, let's see. Caleb says, site never works for me, just loads forever with the authorizing account. We have made a bunch of updates. Are you still getting that as of today, Caleb? Because we've pushed out updates throughout the week. And Leo saying, what are you selling Devonta Smith for? Devonta Smith, we have as a buy low in a video, what they say, Wednesday. We'll have that coming out Friday on YouTube as a buy low. So if you have trade questions around Devonta Smith, let me know. But I've seen him going for a 27 first as about the even value point, a random one. We've got the next trade in the queue coming up. It's a 1 quarterback league from Myers 996 in a 10-team 1 quarterback start 8 PPR. Are we sending Trevor Lawrence for Daniel Jones in a 27 second? I don't think I am. So we have some notes here, and we'll look at the team. We have some notes, and we'll look at the team, and we'll talk about why, even with the notes in the question, I don't think I want to do this trade. So they say, I'm a Broncos fan, a Bo Lever, and Bo is my starter no matter what. I don't like having too much value in my second quarterback. This is a 1 quarterback league, so I think that's fine. They say they've played redraft, but first time playing Dynasty. Is this thought process the same? Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Curious to what kind of trades or value you should be seeking for Trevor Lawrence. Would a deal like this be fair? You have 527 firsts and you want to draft a quarterback with one of those. So if you guys see on your screen, this manager has, they say, as they're saying, 527 firsts. I don't know why mine's bugging out, but they do have a ton of them. Are they all showing up for you guys? Yes, they should be. This manager has a ton of 27 firsts. Even with that said, am I taking Trevor Lawrence and sending him for Daniel Jones in a 27-second? No, I'm not. I don't know why we would. I understand the thought process here of what Myers is saying. With a one quarterback league, we have Bo Nix. We want to go with Bo Nix. Should we send Trevor Lawrence for something else? No. Yes, but not this trade is what I mean. Not this trade. Should we send Trevor Lawrence away? Sure. Get a running back. Get a wide receiver. Should you then get a second quarterback? Yeah. But do that as two separate deals. Send Trevor Lawrence away and then send a future pick. This team has a ton of future pick value. Just send a future pick for Geno Smith or a guy that you're going to use in like 2 weeks this year. If you're rolling with Bo, roll with Bo. Don't bring in Daniel Jones, who could just get replaced by the Colts within a couple years. Okay, we don't have sound up, but I think we just got Ice Cream NFL with the follow on the live. Thank you very much. I'll try to catch them as they come through. The sound notifications aren't coming through on this channel. Let's go to the next trade that we have here. Next one coming up on your screen. It involves pick 102 for a package of players. This is an 8-team, 1 quarterback, 8 starters. Are we sending the 102 for Devonta Smith, DJ Moore, and Mike Evans? Maybe if this were a deeper league. Typically I'm running in a 12-team start 10. That's not better. It's not worse, but it is deeper. And that's the mindset that I use with any of the trade values in my TikToks, a YouTube short, etc. So am I sending the 102 for Devonta Smith, DJ Moore, and Mike Evans? I think I might just hang with who I'm taking at 102. Probably Carnell Tate. This is a 1 quarterback league. We're getting the youth. You're getting you're getting a shot at the higher tier asset. I think I'm going to stick with that. Let's see, the notes here say, I won the last 2 seasons trying to rebuild and compete again in the future, aiming with Tate or Tyson at the 102. You also have the 105, but was aiming for Kansas City or KC Concepcion there. Should I just settle for a chance at the top 3 wide receivers, or worst case, KC Concepcion at the 105? I mean, let's take a look at this roster. They say they want to start a rebuild. Let me find where their roster is. I'm pulling it up on my end so I can see it a little bit more clearly. What's the name on this one? David DeSores. There it is. Should we send... I mean, this team has Puka, Tet, Brian Thomas. Should we send away Devonta Smith and then a bunch of other fill-in guys in this shallower league? Yeah, I think that's fine. I think that's okay to start the rebuild. You have the 105 and then multiple. They have a lot of picks in their rookie draft. It says it goes 7 rounds. Yeah, I would be fine with moving those to get the 102 to start that rebuild. I may look at doing... Yeah, I don't think it's insane. There are times where I'll try to do something else with the trades here. Where if I'm sending away DJ Moore and I think they said Mike Evans and they want to send away Devonta Smith, rather than just packaging a bunch of lower tier options, taking things that, like on this team, they have Jahmyr Gibbs, they have Marion Hampton, Trevion Henderson. Could you send Henderson and Devonta Smith away and come away with, like, if we don't feel great about Devonta Smith and we want to get future picks, could we send Henderson and Smith and come away with a different package of things? I might look at that, but just sending away this section of things for the 102. Actually, yeah, now that I'm rethinking about the league settings, because it's a shallower league, yeah, we're not going to get a ton of value from these things in the long term. So I think I am fine with that We've got a couple messages coming through as I mark this trade done that we will get to from the chat. We will catch up on chat messages as they come through. If they are just trade questions, we send those ones through the site. So let's talk. I think we did get a response from Caleb. Caleb, it just says confirming login forever. Try but you're the only person who's given me that one, Caleb, that it's giving you an issue saying confirming login forever. Try clearing the cache on your browser, checking out different browsers. We'll go through right here. If you have a trade question you are looking to get covered on the site, we are taking them live, but we are taking them through our website here. We'll pull it up. Like Dylan saying, just submitted my trade. It's the Puka trade. So we will get to that one. I don't always know all of the names in TikTok chat to your Discord name, to your Sleeper username, etc. But here's our website where you can submit your trades. Here we are on a fresh page. If you have not created an account, it's super easy. You hit get started. We have, in the past, it was Discord only. We've added in authenticating with Google. All you have to do is click there. You can use Discord to log in. You can use your Google account to log in. Once you do that, it should look like this. If I've set this up, we have a little bit of an onboarding here that it should direct you through. There's really very few steps to get through this. We'll clean up the formatting on this, but all you really have to do is submit your username. Once you've connected your Gmail or your Discord account, I entered in my Sleeper name. It's going to go find every league you're in. It'll always have the option to change any league, but say I want to send trade requests for this league. I hit continue. We skip the Discord connection. It pulls up that league. Up here, you'll have access to all of the leagues that you're in. And if you want to submit a question, once you've done that, you can come to trade advice, enter in your trade here and hit request expert review. And that'll add yours into the queue for the show. And we'll talk about it. When we started the show, we had about 14 trades in the queue. Feel free to submit them. You'll be added to the queue and your name will start scrolling across the top of the screen here. Right there, I just read that we're down to 13 trades in the queue. We went for 2 hours last week as people were adding in trades, so feel free. Right now, we're just really stress testing out the site. So it'll say things like 13 credits remaining. Creating an account should just batch a bunch of free credits for you right now for submitting your trades. Let's move on to the next one. And then Caleb, keep checking out if clearing the cache or something else works. I mean, we've gotten 15 more trades in the last week. I'm not sure how many other people are running into an issue with getting stuck on the confirming login. And at some point, we're just going to get rid of the confirming login page. Let's check out a couple of these messages, like Ian on YouTube. First time catching a stream. Been loving the short form content on player values. Thank you, Ian. We also have long form videos if you guys have been watching. Worked with Google, not Discord, then maybe there was something up with the Discord. We added in Google logins this past week. If you are looking to connect, one of the things that the site will do when you submit your trade question, we'll pull it right back up. If you go to trade advice, you can also just post it to Discord. Is it not showing my mouse? It's not showing my mouse because I am not using the same browser. If you are on the site, it'll say post to Discord. This new account that I just made a site on doesn't have its Discord linked. But this is just a demo that we do for showing people how to log in. If you have connected your Discord on your profile, connect Discord here from the trade page. It'll post a poll in our Discord and then people will respond there as well. Let's get another trade going. It's been a minute. Here we go. We have the next one. It should load up on your screen. That's not the direction. This is should load up on your screen. There we go. There we go. It's reversed for me. Here we go. This trade, 12-team Superflex Start 9, comes from Boat 5 in the Phoenix League. Are we sending away Jalen Hurts in a Superflex for Bashal Tutin, the 106 and the 109? This is about the price. This is about the price. I would say I like Jalen Hurts more. I'm sticking with Jalen Hurts. And if I have these things and I needed a quarterback, would I send the chance of Tootin being an upside play, the 106 and the 109 for Jalen Hurts at quarterback? I think so. I think so. And then Ian, I see your question. We'll pull that up right now, right after that. We'll pull that up right after this trade, Ian. So would I do this? I mean, let's pull up. You guys have the league roster on your screen. Would I send away or bring in Jalen Hurts? I think I would be sending these pieces to bring in Jalen Hurts. Looking at the team, this team has Hurts. Am I sending him away for Tootin? This team has Achane, Scatabo, and Barkley, Ramondre Stevenson to cover a couple weeks. Rashad White can cover some weeks. We would be getting the 106 and the 109. I'm not sending away Jalen Hurts for that. This team has just Cam Ward and Tua behind Hurts and Geno. Maybe we're making some other deals after this trade, but I would be sticking with Jalen Hurts. I'm just a Jalen Hurts believer. So I wouldn't be sending him away for Tootin, the 106 and the 109. If I'm sending Jalen Hurts, I want it to be to someone else who believes in Jalen Hurts and like down tiering, getting to a lower tier quarterback and a first round pick on top, something like that, or one other player. I don't like to split one guy into three things a lot. So I'm going to mark that one, and then we'll show Ian had a follow-up question about the site. And it was a good question. And it's a fast question. It's good, fast, strong, easy. Here we go. If you are on the site, Ian was asking, is there a way to unsync a team from the website or a way to select which team you're submitting a trade review for? Yeah, right here. So here on the top right on desktop, this will also be, we'll show you here on desktop. You can just pick any one from this dropdown. Right now, I would be submitting a team. It'll say the team you're submitting for right up here. It's small on your screen, but that's Boom Bust 8. That's one of our follower leagues. If I just click any of these, it just changed to that league. And now that's the league that I'm submitting it from. So it'll pull up the scoring for that league. It'll pull up the rosters for that league when we go through the trade show. If you're on mobile, let's see how bad this looks. This should be the mobile view. You can click right up here and go to profile and select the league there. It's a little bit less beautiful, but that is the way that you would do it if you're checking it out on mobile to submit the league that you want to use for your trade requests. We don't currently, Ian, have anything to remove a league that you're currently in on Sleeper from showing up on the site. I hadn't thought of that, but we could add that. I don't know that it'll get added quickly, unless that becomes a large problem for a lot of people. Okay, we're done in the developer mode in the browser. That will bring us to that. Let's get out of the browser and make sure I'm in the right spot. Next trade coming. We'll load up the next trade. Let's cover a couple questions. Like, is Samuel... Here, let's see. Tony, are we doing team reviews today? Good question. So on the site, you can submit your trade questions. You can also submit your team for review. And Tony, are we doing them today? No. We will come back to them. We're going to start going to 2 shows a week next week. And what days work for you guys? Because I'm free Mondays. I'm free. We do this show on Wednesdays. We could do Wednesday, Thursday. We could do Monday, Wednesday. We could switch to Tuesday, Thursday to open things up for doing more trades more quickly, as well as what people have asked about, which is team reviews. So we do have the functionality of submitting your entire, just throwing your team out there and saying, what do I do? What would you do with this team is what you can do. We'll take a look at it. We'll say, here's what we think will happen for your team in the next couple of years. Here are some examples of trades we would pursue. Here's the strengths of the team. Here's the weaknesses. Here's when you're contending. Here's when we think you should rebuild and how. But that type of thing is way more in depth. It's harder to do. So that is a product of the site. Right now, we are testing out trade reviews, team reviews. We will do a couple testing streams to get all the kinks out, and those will all be free. But we're not going to do a ton of free team reviews. I think that fits with the market of people giving Dynasty advice. We'll do some. We'll get the live shows going. We'll get into the swing of things and a cycle of things, but we are not hitting any tonight, Tony. So we'll come back with 2 shows next week, and then it'll either be a combination of team reviews and trade questions on the same show or 2 separate shows. I think I'm leaning towards, unless I see in the chat that you want it completely separate, I think I'm leaning towards kind of having them joined, going back and forth between the different types of content that we cover. I just don't have any sort of graphics package to show a live team review. I guess I have this right now, what we built for showing the trade reviews, but we'll come up with something for doing the team reviews. Am I buying Monangai, Mitch? I mean, Mitch, the answer is always yes, I'm selling. Yes, I'm buying. Am I buying him at his market rate? Like, he's probably an okay. Here's my outlook on Monangai for Mitch. As a player comparison, the upside is probably the height of Isaiah Pacheco. So if I'm getting in lower than that and hoping that something happens where Kyle Monangai can be as valuable as Isaiah Pacheco was in the past for the Chiefs, yeah, that's my in point. That's my out point. Do I think Monangai has a long career on the Bears as a lead guy with DeAndre Swift leaving after this team? Not really. They'd probably just swap in and grab someone else and stick with 2 guys, or just move on from Pacheco. He's a 7th round pick. There's not a ton of like money tying Monangai to, I've been using their names interchangeably. I mean, Monangai. There's not a ton of money tying Monangai to the Bears. In any given year, they could just move on from him. Samuel Castro, Daniel Jones, QB3 for me team. I don't know exactly your team, but yeah, I think Daniel Jones is an okay QB3. We're hoping that he's playing by mid-season. Okay, we got a fan club coming in from Russell. Is that Russell Goff? Thank you. We also had Iko sending the laughing taco. Thank you, thank you. I've got to get the sound back on for those. And I'm not going to try to do it right now. Let's take a look at this. I don't think we've covered this trade. This trade from Dylan Brown. Go Dogs. F the Barbs. Braves. Could be Braves. It's a 10-team Superflex start 9. So we're starting 90 guys a week. On one side of the deal, we have CeeDee Lamb, Khalil Shakir, Kyler Murray, my man, my boy. And then on the other side, the 101, Mahomes, and a 27 second. I think we're taking the 101. I have not seen anyone in chat covering this one. I think we're taking the 101. It's a bit more shallow, where in a deeper league, I think we'd say CD and the 101 are about even. But even though it's a shallower league, 10 teams start 9, I think having Mahomes on the other side kind of makes up for any difference. Mahomes in a 27 second, like we like Mahomes more than Kyler Murray. I like a 27 second more than Khalil Shakir with DJ Moore there. We're probably going to still see Shakir have a role. Like the passing offense will just grow a little bit. But I think I'm taking the 101 side just for the better quarterback. And then we'll go find a different wide receiver than CeeDee Lamb. Let's get the next. Okay, I'm looking at the queue right now. We have multiple that have come through on the live show. So we will get to them. Your name should, hopefully the streaming software will update this and the counts will start getting more in line. Like, do we see not Tony on there? Not yet. Moon is the most recent one. Okay, Moon submitted their trade. We have Matthew Holzer after Moon, and not Tony has come through. So we gotta, I'm gonna fall behind. We're at 16 in the queue. We'll do the next trade and then we'll churn through the chats, okay? What do we got on this trade? James Robbins asking in Overgrown Bush League, 12-team Superflex start 9, PPR half point tight end premium. On one side, 27 first. People love them. People love these things. On the other side, Stafford, a 27 third and a 27 fourth. I think we're all taking the first. Am I looking at something crazy here? I need to fix my view of this. This comes in from James Robbins. It's not as quickly for me to get the updated rosters when I click into this anymore. The Etsy, no. Okay, I will find this. Here we go. This came in from, shoot, I'm not going to have a quick way to see it. You guys have it. I am Lebowski. I need to do that. There we go. Now I can find it. There we go. That's how I'll do it. That's just a quick bit of housekeeping. Okay, this team in a super flex, they have Baker Mayfield, Justin Fields, Geno Smith. The question is, are we sending a 27 first to bring in Matt Stafford to contend for this team? No. If we're sending a 27 first, you can just get a better long-term quarterback or send something else for Stafford. What I'm seeing with this deal as it comes through on the trade, Stafford and some junk picks or a 27 first. The price is the price in the league that you're in, and the price for Stafford is too high for you. You have Geno, you have Baker. If the team is contending, like with Bucky and Tony Pollard, we're not feeling great about quarterbacks. We're not feeling great about running backs at wide receivers. Garrett Wilson, Pierce Allworthy, Mike Evans, Mekhi Lemon is on there. Mekhi Lemon's on there. Is this team going? Are we sending our 27 first to bring in Stafford because the rest of the team is great? No. The team has two 27 firsts. It looks like kind of an out year. Like we made a swing for Justin Fields. It didn't work. Ty Simpson comes in next year. Are we sending the first just to pair Simpson with Stafford to get you through till Ty Simpson is there? Not at this price. Not at this price. I'm not sending a 27 first just to get to Stafford here. Like, it would be cool to have that pairing, Ty Simpson and Stafford together, and then you're just good for the next couple of years. This is just too expensive. You got to go find something else. And the team doesn't look strong enough to contend anyway. So we're going to stick with the 27. I mean, if I'm sending a 27 first, let's just get another quarterback that's going to be there long-term, have more value after the year. Let's churn through some of these questions because we're falling through on some of them. We're falling behind on a couple of these extra ones. Dylan submitted the trade. Thank you. Joe Landry, Walker, Chase Brown, Monty, Corman, Puka, Pittman, Wandale. Who would you sell running back in Dynasty and who? The answer is always sell everyone, Joe Landry. The answer is sell. You can't sell everyone in your league. Like the trade that's on the screen right now. Someone wants Matt Stafford, but the price is too much. So who do you sell? The one that you can. If no one in your league wants Chase Brown, then you can't sell him. Or they don't want to give you the fair market price, then you can't sell him. That stuff happens all the time. I have Travis Etienne in a league. No one wants to pay the price. So I'm holding Travis Etienne. I can't sell him. I don't know your league, Joe. The answer is always sell everyone, or always be finding out the price in your league for everyone. Dylan, I'm a Jonathan Brooks believer. I am as well. I mean, he's been very free at the prices that he costs to acquire right now. Yeah, I'm a believer because he costs very, very little. Very, very little. What are my thoughts on Skylar Bell from Ico? None. That deep in our rookie drafts, the chances that they become anything is just super low. So very little. Dylan, big fan on TikTok, by the way. Thanks for all the advice. How do you never spill your coffee? It's harder to spill than you think. I will say, Dylan, we do try to spill it all the time. We're actively trying to. Go pour a coffee and see how hard it is to spill. That's the secret. It's harder than you think to actually get it to spill over. It's not that hard to just kind of jiggle it around. Juice Almighty, how much better do you think Genty will be this year? Better with Linderbaum at center. That was one of the worst offensive lines in the league. The talent for Genty was showing. There's just not any blocking happening. I think there will still be some issues with, there's no good receivers on. Who are the good receivers on the Raiders? Brock Bowers. But they're still missing a key part of the offense of just having a receiver that's any good. But I still think Genty will be a little bit better. Ken Walker in okay. Who's this from? Hugo asking a trade question. You guys submit it through the site. Which rookie wide receiver outside the consensus 6'10" do I like the most long term? None. I would say more video games every single year when we are drafting rookies and we're looking at the consensus, really any rookie not taken in the first round, I will let anyone pay to come up and get their guy. There's just not really a good way to find who's going to be. Like Michael Pittman was a second round pick and has been good. He was drafted right around the same range as, I think his name's Trey Harris for the Chargers, who has done absolutely nothing, like, and had no value the next year. So, how do we know? We don't. The best way to know who's going to be good in the NFL, or the number one leading indicator, is just where did they get drafted in the draft, but that's still not perfect. LeBron Enthusiast Never Dies. When's the next team review video? We will start testing our team reviews next week. We mentioned this earlier, LeBron, I think before you popped in. Team reviews are just going to be more expensive than trade questions. If your question is just, here's my team, what do I do? We will do that. We're testing out all the functionality of the site. We do still have some people here like Joe Landry saying he was having trouble submitting the trade though, but it is coming up. So we're cleaning stuff up all the time. Trades is what we're doing right now. Team reviews, we will start our first team review stream. T-Rog, yeah, all trade questions are free right now. Team reviews, we're not going to do that many free ones because right now, if you're looking to get that done anywhere else, they're charging way, way, way more than a trade question. So we are going to stay in line with that, and then it will pivot over to being a paid thing going forward. Dusty Demise on YouTube. Am I crazy for wanting to trade CD away for Drake London? Just get more on top. As long as you're tracking the market values and getting the more on top with Drake London, I don't think you're insane. Lucas, what do you think you can get for CMC right now? 27 first, depending on who you ask, what the structure of their team is. Then you have a question when it comes to the rookie draft, Lucas. How do you draft people without going over your roster spots? Do you have to cut players to draft rookies? Typically, no. Typically, you do not have to cut players until the start of the season. So right now on Sleeper, the app I use, you can draft rookies and go over the roster limit, but then you can't move anyone until you've cut them or put guys into your taxi spots. Okay, the trade that's on the screen is going away. Here's the next trade. What do we have? Nick Patton in a 12-team, looks like a one quarterback league. Okay, we've got some picks on one side. We've got Michael Pittman, Rashad White, or Booty Marks, a 211 and a 4th. Hawkinson on that side as well. Let's find like, what do we think the best parts of this deal are? It's Michael Pittman. It's probably Rashad White. It's probably Rashad White up there. Hawkinson, I like with Kyler. Kayshon Boutte. And Woody Marks, sort of. Like, am I sending Michael Pittman away to get to Kayshon Boutte, Marks, and Hawkinson? No. Which side of this deal would I rather be on? I'd probably just rather have Michael Pittman. I don't know who the quarterback is for Pittsburgh, but Pittman's just been undervalued for years. He was on the Colts. His value's super low on Pittsburgh. I don't know that I need to have a great quarterback in Pittsburgh for Pittman to have some value. Rashad White on the commies, probably going to be as good as he was on the Bucks, which is not that good. So if I'm taking the 211, a 4th round pick, Woody Marks, who probably has more value than we think right now, I'd be okay taking the Pittman side. But I don't know what we're trying to accomplish here. This is from Nick Patton. Patton boys, have I found the right trade? Yeah, they have Kayshon Boutte, Hawkinson, and all of these picks. Would I send Boutte, Hawkinson, and those other things to get to Michael Pittman? Yeah. Yeah. Does that mean I want to start Michael Pittman? I think at that point, like, you could probably trade him for something else, where I'm not sure that you could with Hawkinson and those other parts. So I'll give a slight edge to Pittman and Rashad White. Okay, we've got a couple questions. Let's do on on the chat. Let's hit another trade one. So we're not going to fall too far behind. We will come back through the chat questions. Unless it's trade questions. If it's trade questions, submit it through the site so that we can see your roster, see what's going on. Here we go. Super Warden 151 in League of Legends. Man, I wish I was playing League of Legends. 10-team Superflex, start 8. More shallow league, which we say because the higher tier assets become more valuable. So if it's a Superflex, start 8. We're starting 80 players a week. Here's the trade. Jalen Hurts or Baker Mayfield, DK Metcalf, and a late 27 second. The notes here, back-to-back. Champion of my Dynasty League, trying to get the three-peat. Your roster will be as follows. That's the point. Someone submitted I'm not sure, Super Warden 151 submitted the question saying, here's what my roster will be. We don't need you to type it. That's why you submit it through the site, because it automatically will pull. It's going to take me so long to learn that I need to do this. It'll automatically pull up your roster when you submit your trade through the site. Which side of this deal do I want to be on? It's the Jalen Hurts side. Sending away DK Metcalf and Baker Mayfield. Baker could be better than Jalen Hurts, but Jalen Hurts has been really solid. It's been really solid. DK Metcalf nearing the end of his career, likely in the next 1 to 2 years, with a down year with whoever is the quarterback for Pittsburgh. That's about my thought process there. If I'm just pivoting to a younger guy, I think I'm all right with that. We'll submit that one through. Next one coming up. Before we put the next one on the screen, let's check out a couple things. Like, let's see, we had one from Lucas. What is a taxi spot? In Dynasty, some leagues will have a roster spot on the bench. It's like an extra bench just for rookies. And then it has a couple extra rules. So you can draft a rookie, move them into a taxi spot, and they can stay there throughout their rookie year. But if you take them out, they become like a regular player again, and they'll start counting against your bench spots. So they're kind of just there. If you have a guy who you don't think is going to do much in year one, you can put him in the taxi spot. It's kind of like an IR spot, but for rookies. But once they go in, if you take them out, they can't go back in. So that's what that is. Swedes sending in a trade. Swedes, we do all our trades through the website. It's boombustfantasy.com. We've got a whole queue of people who have submitted their trades through the site. So if you're just putting it in the chat, we've got a bunch of people that have already submitted theirs in a way that just makes a better show for everyone by allowing us to see the team. So if you're looking to have your trade questions answered, you can submit it through the site, boombustfantasy.com. It'll also scroll with the number of trades that are currently in the queue. And then hopefully it's going in the order that we're going through them. Otherwise it would be reversed. But hopefully it's in the right order. We covered Super Warden. Let's throw the next trade up here. This one comes in from Our Gold. AU Gold 5 is the username. The trade is in a 10-team Superflex start 9. Brock Bowers in the 203. In a 10-team league, that's what, 201 in a 12-team league. Brock Bowers, the 203, or Cam Scatabo, the 102, and Hawkinson is Bowers. Is Bowers, right? What am I missing here? It's Bowers. It's Bowers. I'm continuing to think as I say it. Is there any reason this wouldn't be Bowers? We're sticking with Bowers. Why would the roster's up here? They have Bowers. Maybe they did this trade already, but I'm taking Brock Bowers. Let me pull it. We're sending Cam Scatabo. We're sending the 102, probably Carnell Tate. It's Bowers for sure. Would I send Bowers away for this? No. The 203 I don't care a ton about. Galaxy coming through. Sean Neal with the Galaxy coming through. Sean Neal also saying, it's getting that time again. Happy to see you on the FYP. Love the content. We didn't go anywhere. But I'm glad that people are coming back for Dynasty. We'll have these live shows. We're going to go to 2 live shows next week. So we'll cover more trades if you submit your trades. And as I'm saying it, I think we're going to do trades and team reviews next week twice. So if you submit your trades, it's now not a full week to get to them. We'll hit them twice a week. This one, it's Bowers. Is there anyone in chat not taking the Bowers side? I don't think so. Let's not spend a ton more on there. There's more stuff coming through. 50 goats from Sam Neal. Thank you very much for the TikTok gifts. Let's put the next one on here. This one comes in from, this is the one that coming in from D Soars. Let's find their, okay. The trade is the 105, 208, and DJ Moore, or the 104 and the 204. This person wants to, okay. The notes here. Team 2 has Josh Allen, so it might be intriguing for them to get the stack. Hoping to use the 104 to move up again to the 103 and start a rebuild. I don't. Let's take a look at this team. They say they want to start a rebuild. They have the 105 still listed. They still have DJ Moore on the screen that I'm seeing. Am I sending DJ Moore to go up to the 104? That's kind of what we're peaking here, going from 105 to 104. I don't really care about this is the 208 going to the 204 into the second round. I don't care a ton about swapping picks there. But why am I sending DJ Moore to jump up one spot? I don't think I want to do that. Michael is saying confused what there is to rebuild on their team. Let me pull it up so I can see it. What is it to rebuild here? We have Trevor Lawrence, Dak Prescott, very good running backs, Puka Tet, Brian Thomas. Yeah, what is there to rebuild? Am I doing this? No. The follow-up question that the person put on here, hoping to use the 104 to move up to the 103 and start a rebuild. So let's split this into two questions and answer them both. We'll answer them both. Do I want to trade from the 105 up to the 104? No. Do I want to send DJ Moore to do it? Definitely no. But do I want to add, would I do the 208 and the 204 to swap it? Sure. If I don't want Mendoza. And there's a lot of spots where I just don't want to draft Fernando Mendoza. Does this team need Mendoza? They have Trevor Lawrence, Dak Prescott, and Jacoby Brissett. Jacoby Brissett hopefully not losing his job to Carson Beck by the time you need Trevor Lawrence or Dak Prescott to play this year. It's not super flex, then definitely not. David, you're right. Thank you for calling that out. 8-team, 1 quarterback. If it's not super flex and you want to get away from Mendoza, who wouldn't even be close. So you're getting into the top receivers, possibly, but not really. Do I want to? I still don't think I want to do it. You're right to call out. You're right. It's not super flex, and I must not have read that when we started. 8-team, 1 quarterback, start 8. The better players are better in an 8-team league, which is, that's a bad sentence. What I mean is the higher tier players, as you get into a more shallow league, become even more valuable. But we don't know who the best player between pick 102, 103, 104 is. So I would not do the second part of the trade that you're saying of moving up to 103. Am I doing this to go from 105 to 104? You're paying a lot. I'll say that. I wouldn't recommend it. I just think you're paying, or you should be getting more if you're sending the 105 and DJ Moore. So we'll wrap on that one. Let's see. We've had some stuff coming through like Grady G. I made a Dynasty trade. Could you look at it? That's what we're doing, Grady. That's what we're doing. We've had people joining in and out. So we'll do a very quick. Okay, can I do this super quick? I need to run a database query to clear out. I'm doing a bunch of stuff right now. I will show you how to submit your trade question because we have some people type in their teams in the chat. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. Can you submit your trade question? Yeah. Here's how you do it. On our site, named the same thing as the page you're watching on. If you're on Twitch, if you're on YouTube, if you're on TikTok, Boom Bust Fantasy. It's boombustfantasy.com. You can see it right. Here's my mouse right there. Here's our site. You come to our site, it'll say get started. You can also click log in. They're both going to take you to the same screen. Here's how to submit your trade question. And hopefully this goes through for me. I had to go in and delete some of the stuff of my account for this demo account so we can show this. All we've done is hit get started and it's going to say sign in or create your account. You can use your Google. You can use Discord because our site will post your trade to Discord with the context of your league if you want more than just me to look at it. Here's with Google. I'll use this account. Hopefully this will go through. This is how it should look for you. You click your Gmail, it goes through, and then we just have some super basic onboarding. You just type in your Sleeper username. Once you hit continue, it's going to go to Sleeper's API, and it's going to find every league you're in. So if you have a trade question you want to submit for any of your leagues, you can click that. Here, I'm in a league called NFL Captains. You have to pick a captain of your team. We'll do this connect Discord step. We're just going to skip this because I'm using a different email than my normal one. If you ever want to change the league you're using, you can pull it right down here in the top right with your leagues. I have a bunch, so we do need to change the way the scrolling works. Dominic, what do I do if I uploaded the wrong league? It will pull every league you're in. You can go to your profile page. It says view. I probably need to change that, but clicking view will set the league. And I'll probably, on the trade advice page, I'm just going to add a drop down this week for your selected league, Dominic. But any trade that you want to ask about any league that you're in, a trade in that league, you just type it in here like you would in any trade calculator. Josh Allen, it'll find all the players, or Jaden Daniels, or Jaden Blue. It's not a great trade. You hit request expert review, and that will add your trade into the live show queue. And then we answer it. We're going to go to 2 shows a week. I need to move my hand so that shows up where you guys can see it. 2 shows a week next week so that you're not waiting multiple days to get your trade questions answered. This will send it into our queue. If you just want to submit it to Discord to get a poll review there, you can click post to Discord and it will send a link with all of your league rosters so that anyone looking at it can see, hey, does this trade with your league settings fit for your team? They can look with just a link coming to the site. So that is how we do that. Jake, you just submitted one. I'm going to press this button to bring us back to the trades. That is how you do it. We do not do it in the chat. I did see some chats of people just typing out all the players on their team, all the league settings. You don't have to. We got you. You just click on some buttons. Let me set up my screen so I can see things again. Did we cover this trade? We did. Here's the next one. Here's the next one. Oiolaki. That's the Discord name in a 10-team, 1 quarterback, start 8. So we're moving some QBs here. It's Patty 27. There we go. This team has Caleb. They have Jackson Dart. They have Brock Purdy. We're trying to move some quarterbacks. The trade is send Caleb, Kyron, Chuba Hubbard, 107, 207, and get Achane. We're down tiering to Stroud and Parker Washington. So we're going from Chuba, the 107, 207, up to Achane. Down tiering from Caleb to Stroud. I think Stroud will get a little bit better in this next year. And Parker Washington. I could make this swap. If we're in a 10-team, 1 quarterback, I don't value quarterbacks nearly as much. And we have Jackson Dart. No, do we? Yeah. The team name is also called Jackson Dart. We have Dart and Purdy in a 1 quarterback league. Are we sending Caleb Williams away with all of these things? We're sending Chuba Hubbard. Yeah. If we cross applying things, Caleb for Devon Achane, that's about the range. Kyron Williams for CJ Stroud. I feel like we're adding a lot. We're adding the 107 and a 207 here. I feel like we're adding a bit. where you might be able to get a better deal for a running back. Like really all the thing that we're getting in this deal is up tiering from Kyren to Achane. Could we up tier from Kyren to a different running back for just the 107 and send Caleb for someone else? Or could we send Caleb straight up for someone else and come away with more? I think you could get more, is my bet here. If we're looking at this stuff, sending Caleb, sending Kyren, sending Chuba. Chuba's not doing a ton in this trade, but the 107 has more value. It's a 10-team league and one quarterback, so we're not having Mendoza in there. There's still stuff that I would want at the 107. I think we're paying a lot in this trade just to get up to Achane. Parker Washington somehow hanging out in this trade, not really doing that much. I'd probably hold and try to find a different thing. Maybe you can up tier for cheaper somewhere else. We'll throw the next trade up. Let's cover a couple questions here. Weston, who's your sleeper wide receiver pick this year for PPR? For redraft, Weston? I don't know yet. I mean, you could only be a sleeper based on ADP. And I don't know exactly how ADP is going to shake out in redraft. Jake Betkowski, what's the turnaround time on team reviews? Let's see, did I miss any? Dominic, what do you do if you uploaded a trade to the wrong league? I think we went over that one. We don't have a way to undo the trade for the wrong league yet, but we'll figure that out as people are going to be misclicking. We'll find a way. Dominic, in the future, there just isn't something right now. And that's one of the things, that's why we're just giving a ton of free trade credits to figure out like, hey, what do people need? They need to be able to change their trade to a different league. So we'll figure that out in the next week. Weston, we covered that one. Jake, what's the turnaround time on the reviews? On trade reviews, we're going to 2 shows a week. So it will be, I think we'll probably like Monday and Wednesday is what I'm feeling in my heart. Monday and Wednesday. I like doing them on Wednesday. I might have to go to like Monday and Thursday though. I may have to go to Monday and Thursday I'm going to talk to my wife about what scheduling works for us and then what's the best product we can provide so that you ask a question and get an answer pretty soon. Some of it, Jake, is just based on what's the demand. If we had the demand of people submitting trades every single day, we would come live every single day and clear out the queue. Otherwise, it'll be 2 to 3 days before we get there. I think ideally it gets shorter. So we've been doing these a couple weeks now. Some of it is just based on, I don't want to sit here and speak to no one. I'm in a small room by myself. Sometimes I feel like I'm going a little crazy, almost speaking to no one, but if there's no trades, I can't cover them. So the trades have to keep coming in and then we'll clear them out as quickly as we can. For team reviews, there's been people waiting for a while because we're going to be doing some for free rather than a paid version. The paid version will get onto the same timeline of very fast turnarounds. Okay, here's the next trade. Mo Zabib, 12-team, 1 quarterback. We're getting a lot of 1 quarterback questions. I don't know why this would mean 1 quarterback, but that was the extra zhuzh and flair I wanted there. Mo Zabib in a 12-team, 1 quarterback, start 8 PPR. Which side of this are we taking? The quarterback stuff isn't going to matter a ton. Are we sending CeeDee Lamb for Ladd and a first and a second? No. Let's take a look at which side of this deal Mose is on. You guys have his roster. I'm pulling it up right now. Am I sending? What am I looking at? I'm looking for. Here we go. Small bug that does make the site pull up a little bit slower for me to find the trade. Mozabib in Dynasty. Do you guys have the team name? Mozabib. I am. Here we go. Am I sending away CeeDee Lamb to bring? So currently this team has CeeDee Lamb. Am I sending CeeDee Lamb away to bring Ladd and a first? I don't think I am. We have Joe Burrow as our quarterback. Great. Dak Prescott as our second quarterback. Great. Bijan, Chase Brown, Ken Walker, good enough running back room. 12 team start 8. Like Bijan's one of the best ones you can have. Chase Brown, great second one. Ken Walker, great for your flex. We got Malik Neighbors, we got CeeDee Lamb and Marv. We're looking at a team of like Ken Walker and Marv as our weekly flex. Colson Loveland and Fannin to cover tight end. There's no PPR premium. Why am I sending CeeDee Lamb to get a 27 first back and down tier in that way? Maybe I'd flip like Marv for the 27 first and just ride the lightning with Ken Walker as the flex, or make a different trade, or send Dak Prescott away and use Sam Darnold as my backup in the 1 or 2 weeks I need a backup. I don't know that moving CD is the play. Can I just roll with Fannin and send away Colson Loveland for a first? Something like that. I don't see the trade has sending CeeDee Lamb for a first and a second. I don't care about the second. I think that's some of what's breaking it for me. Like I like down tiering in spots. Am I taking CeeDee Lamb, going to Lad? We get that extra first is cool. Maybe there's something about this first where we feel like it's going to be really early, although we're sending him CeeDee Lamb, and that's going to help make it not early. The 27 second, we're going to have that extra work of like take it and turn it into something. Otherwise, we're just kind of hoping it's an early second and that we're going to get a great player there. This isn't one I'm looking to do. I'm going to hold on CeeDee Lamb and stick with where I'm at. And if it was reversed, given the opportunity to send Lad a first and a second, I think you're coming out okay. You're getting paid like full price on that second round pick. You remove any of the risk on it. You lower the upside on the second round pick, but you're really cutting out real risk that people don't see with second round picks. So I would just take CeeDee Lamb there. Let's get the next one up. I see some stuff coming through. Sable Frogs, my tight end room. Is that related? Sable Frags? Sable Frags, is that related to a trade, or are you just telling me your tight end room? Let me know, because I see the message from Sable Frags saying my tight end room, likely Kittle, Kraft, Gadsden. Is something broken? Am I missing part of the message here? And I did see the really nice one from Samuel. It's a well-made website, easy to use. Hey, thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that. I think I had glossed over that one because it seemed friendly, and I do want to let you know I did read it. I feel it. I feel it. Here's the next trade. VP Calv, 10-team Superflex start 9. So we're starting 90 guys a week. A little bit more shallow. What do we got here? Lamar and Jalen Hurts. You get 2 QBs. On the other side of the deal, we're looking at, okay, 2 27 firsts, Bryce Young, Jordan Love, Judkins. How do we break it down? Let's see. The notes here. My only other playable running backs are Genty and Hampton, so we would be thin at running back. So do I have this right? They would be sending away Judkins. They have Genty, Hampton. They would be sending Judkins. They have Jonathan Brooks. 10-team start 9. Are we up tiering at quarterback? Are we sending the Mondo package of 327 firsts to get QBs? Do we have, I think the first thought that I have, do we have to go for 2 quarterbacks? Do we have to send, are we doing, okay, let's, all the information's coming into my brain. For you guys reading this on your screen, are you sending 2 firsts, Judkins, and 2 quarterbacks on a team where you have Love, Ward, and Bryce Young? Like, you could probably survive with Love and Ward if the rest of your team is Jamar Chase, London, Tet, Ibuka, Genty, Hampton, Judkins. This feels like we're swinging for the fences, pushing in. Are you doing this to send away and up tier both quarterbacks when you could find a deal sending some of your 27 firsts to bring it into this year and just up tier 1 quarterback? Cam Ward to a better quarterback, and then use that better quarterback and Jordan Love. I think I'm looking for something like that more than Lamar and Jalen Hurts. Dom is saying stay put. I'm pulling it up. can we find like value crossovers? I don't know that a ton of people are saying Judkins is worth 2 firsts, but he's close. I think he should be in that close range. If we're saying Lamar's 3, Jalen Hurts is close to 3, or he's 3 in the same way that Judkins is 2. Not quite, but close. Not quite, but close. So we're saying like 6, 5.5 and 6. Are we getting there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. Like, I guess we could send this stuff away. We're not massively overpaying. The notes say that their other playable running backs are Genty and Hampton. They would be thin, but they do have, they'd be sending both of their 27 first round picks. They could swing like sending Isaiah Likely away for a different running back, sending Josh Downs away and getting to a running back. They have Jordan Tyson. Like they're okay at, nope, I'm looking at the wrong team. They have 3 first round picks in 2027. So they send 2 away. And they want a different running back. Could they send a third 27 pick away to get a third running back? Like, this is okay. It's not a crazy move to do this. I would say explore other things. I'm just going to mark it as like fair. I don't know that one side is really winning. Am I sending all of this stuff away? Like, you're pushing. And sometimes you push. Sometimes you push for the future. Personally, I don't push this hard. I don't think it's a horribly dumb move. If someone did this, I wouldn't be like, man, you're an idiot. I wouldn't. I'd look to up tier 1 quarterback and then hold some of those future values. Like, I don't love hard pushing all in because so many things can break in any given year. Like if you're up tiering for Joe Burrow, you're kind of just stuck. If you had up tiered for Joe Burrow last year, you'd just be kind of stuck. So many like wild things happen each given year that I don't want to, if I have a bunch of future first, I don't want to just super push. I'm okay with taking some of that value and using it now, but holding a little bit because we don't know exactly what's going to happen. Let's move on to the next one. Let's see. Austin saying 105 or Burden Superflex tight end premium. 105. Probably the 105. Probably the 105. Swez asking another question in the chat. Swez, we're doing questions through the site. I've looked at this one earlier. Adam Lapointe asking, in a 10-team Superflex start 10 PPR, no tight end premium, are we sending Bucky Irving for Chris Olave? I have my answer. It's a one-on-one. Which side are you guys taking? Which side are you guys taking? I know I have my answer here. I am seeing some different than I might. Which side of this one are you guys taking? It's a shallower league, 10-team Superflex start 10. You guys have seen the roster. I need to pull it up. Let me find it very quickly. Where do I look for this? I changed something on the site where it would automatically pull up the roster of the submitting team for the view I have. And that broke while setting it up so that you always see the submitting roster. Should be an easy fix. It'll be faster on the next week. We're seeing some people, Joe Blacko saying you're partial to Bucky. I'm partial to Bucky too. Samuel saying the Olave side. Joe Landry, running backs are old. Could use the youth plus Olave concussion scare you in Dynasty. Are we sending Olave away for Bucky? I think you could get more. Pooty is saying Olave with the auto correct. I think the Olave side just holds more value. You know, obviously the price is the price in the league that you're in. And this person has Olave and Bucky as even value. And so the other guy does as well. I think I'm sticking with Olave and going somewhere else. Could you get, I mean, this team has McCaffrey and Barkley. Could you send the 110 for Derrick Henry and get a running back with really good production. I don't know what we're getting from the 110 this year. This person has the 110 on their roster ready to go. Could we get the 110 for Derrick Henry and get a better running back? Could we get, if we're worried about running backs and we just want to get through this year, could we get like David Montgomery for cheap? I think we're taking a bit of a value hit moving Olave, going just to Bucky. Even with people saying, like who had said they're worried about I think was it Joe Blacko? Worried about concussions. Someone had said they were worried about concussions. Like, you're not wrong, but other people will give you more for Olave. So just going straight to Bucky feels like you could probably get a second on there as well. So I'm sticking with the Olave side. We are covering questions in the chat as well, more fantasy questions rather than just trades. If you just have a trade, we handle those on our website, boombustfantasy.com. We have the queue of trade questions that we're going through. It's really hard to move my hands in a mirror. Here, it's moving this way. We're at 12 trades in the queue. People have been submitting them. So we need to keep moving. We've been going for an hour. We did 2 hours last week. We'll keep moving. Let's see. Ivan, I don't like where Love went in the draft. You think I should trade the 101 for 2 firsts? You could get more. You can get more. Ivan, here's the basic fantasy advice. We'll take this question. Ivan, ooh, it's very small on my screen. We'll lean in. This is going to get weird. This is going to get weird for your view. Ivan, ooh, that's going to be a name I am not familiar with saying. Ivan Peleas asks, we'll go with Ivan because I know how to say the name Ivan. I don't like where Love went in the draft. Do you think I should trade the 101 for 2 firsts? This is very similar to what we were just covering with this Olave for Bucky question. Sometimes what you think matters. There's a lot of times where what you think about a situation doesn't matter. Doesn't matter because everyone else thinks something else. Most people don't care. So should you trade? I don't know your settings, Ivan. And we're taking all of our trade questions through the site so that we can see your league settings. There are some leagues where he's only worth 2 firsts. There are some leagues where Jeremiah Love is worth more than 2 firsts, which is why we make you submit through the site, because we get right up here. Gosh, it's so hard to do this. Right up here in purple, your league settings and your league roster. If it's a shallower league, Jeremiah Love is worth a lot. If it's a deeper league, we need to fill out more roster spots so that value gets spread across more guys and it becomes worth less. He becomes worth fewer first-round picks because we would have to start more players in a deeper league, which is why we make trade questions come through the site. But for general fantasy advice, if you don't like a situation and everyone else does, what you think doesn't matter because the market completely disagrees. So should you trade him for 2 firsts if everyone else thinks he's worth 3? No. What you think doesn't matter because you should get 3. So I don't know the size of your league, Ivan, which is why we take the trade questions through the site. But if you just don't like where Jeremiah Love went, most people don't care. So trade them to him for full price or the 101 for full price, which is closer to 3 firsts than 2. We rambled, we ranted. We rambled and we ranted. Here is the next trade question. Donnie traded Gaston and Bryce Love for Loveland. That's not the one on the screen. I've just read that out loud so that I could say, Donnie, we're taking all our trade questions through the site. I see your message. Thank you for watching, Donnie. But the trade questions got to go through the site. The name is scrolling. Here we go. We have 12 in the queue, 12 people ahead of Donnie that have asked their question on boombustfantasy.com. It's scrolling across the screen there where it's pretty straightforward to get set up. We've showed it a couple times. We can show it again. But let's answer this question. Son of a Cook, golf off-season crew, 10-team Superflex start 9. So like we were saying, this is a bit shallower. In a shallower league, there's nothing wrong with being in a shallower league. This is the 101. 101 is the best player in the draft. If you're only starting 90 players a week in a 10-team start 9, that is compared to a deeper 12 by 10, 30 fewer players starting each week who just don't need to be valued as much. So all the value gets pushed up. So Jeremiah Love becomes worth more. The 101 for Breece Hall, the 107, 109. Yeah, the notes say, I have this offer on the table, very win now mode. I had a big roster reload after injuries last year. Not sure what to do with this trade. Which side are they on? Son of a Cook. Is that this team? Again, I did break the site. M. Cook's in. Here we go. They have the 101. Would I send away the 101? This team has, you guys are looking at this roster. They have Bucky, Trevion Henderson, Saquon. We would bring in a couple other picks, and Breece Hall, the 107, 109. They have Malik Neighbors. They have Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, Brian Thomas, Christian Watson, Cortland Sutton, Chris Godwin. If we bring in the 107 and 109, we're getting Kenyon Sadiq. We're getting Casey Concepcion. Maybe. Am I doing this trade? Am I sending the 101 away? No, I don't think we'd be getting enough. Is there a trade here where I would be sending the 101 away? If I'm pairing the 101 with like Chris Godwin and getting Ted McMillan and a couple future firsts, that's closer to the value. I don't think you'll get that, but that's closer to the level that I would need to move on. So I think I'm just sticking with the 101 and riding with Jeremiah Love, Bucky Irving, Saquon. And then from there, maybe doing some up tiers if you needed to. I don't know that you need to. I don't know that this team, the one showing on the screen, needs to split assets right now. Like, we're good with the 101. We take that and we ride. I don't see a need to split assets. I'm in some rebuilds where I had the 101 and the team was so bad. Like, we have to move on. We're not going to compete with Jeremiah Love this year. And unless we make moves, we're not contending next year, and we'd have the 101. So we had to split it and get more things growing in value. This is not that type of team. We just take that pick and push hard. Let's mark that one as done. Don't forget, I'm talking to myself out loud. You're just hearing it. You're just hearing me remind myself to submit that one as reviewed. That's a new song. Here we go. Next trade coming up. Puka. This is from Dylan, who had the Puka trade earlier. We finally caught up to trades from tonight. Maybe that other one was from tonight, but I remember Dylan saying he submitted the Puka trade. The Iron Throne, 12-team Superflex, start 9, Peeper. Are we sending Puka Nacua for Emeka Ibuka, 2 firsts, and a 3rd? Let me find Dylan's team on my screen. Am I looking at the right one? Does this team need to send Puka away? You might. No, you have Jeremiah Love. Okay, we'll update the rankings so that my screen shows him a little bit better. You have Genty, you have Love, you have Puka, Waddle, Tate, and Tyson. This is kind of getting into another one of these, like, do we need to split some of these assets? Do we need to split some of these? Dylan says, I have no reason to do this trade besides the fact that I'm bored. Sometimes, I mean, I like sending trades. Dylan, I like sending trades so much that I think we're up to, I did drop to 2 leagues this year, but I think I'm at, and we're going to add more from listener follower leagues. I think I'm close to like 30. So I feel you. I just want to be in leagues and trading, but does this team need to send away? Feels like you're coming out of rebuild. You have a ton of rookies right now. Jeremiah Love, Tate, Tyson, Sadiq. How many first round picks did you have? 4? Love, Tate, Tyson, Sadiq. Maybe another one snuck in here somewhere. Stowers has been borderline. Why would we move Puka here? You don't have 27 firsts that I'm seeing here. Maybe something's broken. Are you guys seeing any 27 firsts? No. No. You may be getting enough value back. You have no 27 firsts. Looking at this, going from Puka to Ibuka and 2 firsts, you might come out ahead. But sometimes we just want to win the league. Sometimes we just want to win the league. You do get a little bit of value of maybe a trade value win, but then you're just looking at a bunch of future firsts that you would then be trying to add to Jalen Waddle to get up to Jamar Chase. Like, we're already at the top. Why go back down for a team that needs a guy at the top? That's not what with this one, I think we're holding with Puka. I understand, like, everyone loves 27 firsts. If you had a ton of other guys on here, I'd say, like, sure, make some swaps, make some down tiers, but I don't see a need to down tier here. I'm going to stick with Puka for this team. If we're rebuilding, this is probably enough to get me to move off. I may even add another player. If this was a rebuilding squad, I'd say let's add a worse player with Puka to try to get to 3 firsts and get us across that threshold again. That would be my rule for a rebuilding team watching this. But this team looks ready to go. You're just happy to trade because it's off season. Can you do stuff with, unless I was taking Puka and doing stuff like getting paid a lot on Mike Evans on your specific team? Unless I'm getting a ton for Mike Evans, getting you up to that 3 firsts, and then you do a follow-up deal to get you, like I was saying, like to Jamar Chase or JSN or Justin Jefferson, and then another really good player. If you're not cleaning up some of this older value, there's not a big need to make a deal here. Unless you were sending Puka and Mark Andrews and Mike Evans and getting paid a lot on those guys, there's not a big reason to make a deal here. Other than it's fun. I'd say join another league. Where have I marked that one as done? I've answered it. I marked it as done. Next question comes from Caleb in the League of Record. Caleb, 12 team, 1 quarterback, start 8. Are we sending? Ooh, I already know the answer to this one. Okay, so this one comes in a 12 team, 1 quarterback, start 8, PPR. Which side of this deal do I want? Christian Watson, Rome Odunze, and the 111? It's a 1 quarterback league. 111's getting pushed even further back. Rome Odunze is cool. I love my Chicago Bears, but I'm shipping all of that for CeeDee Lamb, no question. No question. It's not close. This one's not close. Am I missing something? I don't want to take. I'm going to take the easy wins where I can, unless you guys are seeing something in the chat that I'm missing. It's CeeDee Lamb. And let's get to the asked, answered, on to the next one, unless we're missing something. And there's a good chance we are. I feel like when things feel this easy, you should always check, am I missing something? But no, I'm taking CeeDee Lamb there. Okay, next one from Joe. New Jack City 2 is the league. Joe, is that Landry 224? Here we go. Dynasty loading. Are we sending Ken Walker for Zay Flowers and Chuba? Pretty deep at running back. If you want to look at my team, I think I need to sell a running back for a wide receiver. You won last year and sold some key pieces to get younger, looking to compete. Okay, you've got you got Jackson Dart. It's a super flex. You have Dart and Mendoza. I don't see Joe, let me know if something's busted here. Do you have no picks? Do you have no picks? 12 team super flex. The site could be busted, Joe. No future picks. Jackson Dart and Mendoza and Cousins to get you through the year. Chase Brown, Ken Walker, Blake Corum, Puka. This. Okay. As I'm going through the roster, you guys have the roster. As I'm going through the roster, this is one of those, like we just looked at. Let's see, no picks, sold out to win last year and get younger. This is one of the teams, like we were just looking at with Dylan's trade, moving Puka. Where this is one where I'm taking Puka and I want to. This team won last year. I'm checking out some of the rookies like Denzel Boston. Maybe Denzel Boston pops for you. If we won here, I don't feel like I see a repeat coming. Dart, Mendoza, Cousins get you through the year. Okay. Chase Brown, Ken Walker. Okay. We're starting 9. If we go 1, 2 at quarterback, Chase Brown, Walker, Montgomery gets you to 5 starters. Puka's really good at 6. Wandale, Pittman, 7, 8. And then we're piecing together tight end with Mark Andrews at 9 and some other things. If we're trying to get younger, what was the deal? Am I moving Ken Walker for Flowers and Hubbard? I don't know that I am. I think I'm trying to start retooling for the future because there's no picks anywhere. This is some of the spots where I'd start considering, can I get Wandale out at full price by moving Puka and getting some future picks or things like that, unless you're going for it again and you believe it. But if this was me taking this over, I'm not seeing the repeat. I'm not seeing it. Can we take a look at a different team in the league? Like there's one from MV33. Oh, they just have a bunch of future picks. I'm looking at where the value, keep trade cut value is across here. Like Tex, there's a team with Jaden Daniels, Trevor Lawrence, Bucky Genty, JSN, Reed, Tet, Ibuka, Devontae Adams, Colson Lovell, and that's all on one team that just feels way stronger. This one, I might start looking to retool and get some of the picks coming back in the future. And bringing in Chuba Hubbard doesn't get you closer there. Unless you feel like you can flip Chuba and Pittman for a first. And then you're going from Ken Walker to Zay, and you have that next move lined up. That's how I would be viewing this trade. Where I'm staying with Ken and maybe trying to find other things. Like with this team as it's pulled up, when I take over an orphan team, or if I have a team that I'm starting to retool, I will make 2 lists side by side of like, I can trade these players easily to, you're in a 12-team league, so like Puka, 11 other people will want Puka. And then that's one list. Who can I trade and who can't I trade? Not everyone in your league will give you anything for Wandale or Pittman. So can I start making packages and coming away with sending away 2 players and coming away with a two thing package that I can move? So Puka and Pittman to 2 players that are now movable. Just start burning things down to first round picks or other players, younger players. I think we covered that one. The queue for me says 9. Last trade came in 13 minutes ago. I'm refreshing it. One says just now, but we're still at 9. So we're falling behind. Xavier Cerna, what would you look in exchange for Bucky? I mean, if we're just looking for a pick, a future first covers it. He's right around the range of like 1 future first. I think Bucky is a hold generally. Are you asking me specifically in a league where I have Bucky? Because I think we're in a league together where I have Bucky. I think so. Let's see. Let's make sure we covered other trades coming through the Twitch chat, TikTok chat, YouTube chat. We're going to hit them all right now. Like Dimitri, who do I like in the second round in a Superflex PPR league of a Dynasty? No one. Not really anyone, particularly. Not really anyone. It's so hard to guess it right that I often am not trying to guess or feeling like I know. I generally, Dimitri, you can check it. I think we're in a league that's already drafted. I'd say pretty close to, once we're outside of first round NFL receivers, I say pretty close to where did they go in the NFL draft? Like I take them generally in order and then a slight edge to the situation or the team that they're on. Like Denzel Boston, I like it. He was pick 39. I like him okay. I do discount it a little bit because it's the quarterback situation at the Browns and they took another first round receiver there. So I don't know how it's going to shake out. I'll discount a little bit, but I don't shift it a ton. Joe Blacko, I think that one came through about being partial to Bucky. Dimitri hit us in 2 spots. We covered Joe Landry, Mark Cleveland, trade Pearsall for Price. For the Seattle in Dynasty, Mark Cleveland, we are doing all of our trade questions through the site. We've got a queue of names that have submitted theirs. We've got 9 trades that have come in through the site in the queue. And then here is where to submit your trades. Scrolling across the top, boombustfantasy.com. It is the same name as the TikTok page, the YouTube page, the Twitch page, wherever you're watching. It's the same. Ofrio, still at it. Still at it tonight, still at it in general. Looking forward to working together to repeat next year. Hey, I hope you do repeat. Let's get the next one up. Did we cover this one from Moon? Is it live? Make sure the site's not breaking. Here we go. I just clicked it a bunch of times and it loaded a bunch of times. Moon 2433 in the Dynasty League. 12-team, 1 quarterback, start 8. Okay, the 27 first is actually a 28. I'll fix that for next week. Let's fix that. Let's make sure we get that fixed. This is from Ian K. Love loading. So are we sending in a 12-team, 1 quarterback, Drake London, a 28 first, and a second for Genty? I don't know that I am. I don't know that I am. So let's look at your team. That feels like a bit more than I think you should have to give, is my first thought. And your team has Genty. Did you do this one through? I may have stayed. Like, what's the team here that we have? 1 quarterback league, Josh Allen, Stafford backing it up. Great. Gibbs, Genty. You now have Christian McCaffrey. Nothing else behind that. We don't need much more. And then Neighbors, Chase, Puka. In an 8-team. Okay. Looking at this, looking at the team here, the team is strong. Bowers at quarterback. Neighbors, Chase, and Puka at wide receiver in a start 8. Gibbs, Genty, McCaffrey. Nothing behind it. Across the board, I feel like we're okay. Like, this team is the strongest players in every position. Josh Allen, best. Gibbs, Genty, McCaffrey, probably the best wide running back room in the league. Neighbors, Chase, Puka, probably the best wide receiver room in the league. And Brock Bowers and Kittle at tight end with Tonjes and Kelsey behind it, probably the best tight end room in the league. So I guess, yeah, we can survive moving Drake London, a 28 first and a 27 second for Genty. We paid the full price. But I think for that team, like, it's okay. Because that team is stacked everywhere else. Maybe you could have done more and gotten cute in other spots. But did we need to? I don't think so. Matthew Holzer is the next trade up. We're going to try to go a little bit faster so that we can get from 10 trades in the queue down. If we need to, we'll start just doing the show more to get more trades through. Matthew Holzer in the Lizard Rat League gets a 10-team Superflex. Start 10 PPR League. There's no tight end premium. We are starting 2 quarterbacks a week. Here's the trade. Brock Purdy, Josh Downs, 227 projected late firsts is what they entered in. I don't over project where the picks are going to be. I kind of just call them random. I do see your message, Ian. We'll jump back to you after this. So we're setting Purdy, Downs, and 2 firsts. We're bringing in CeeDee Lamb, Jalen Hurts, and the 205. I think I like the CeeDee Lamb side. Work with me here. Walk with me on this journey. Are we sending Josh Downs and 2 firsts for CeeDee Lamb? Yeah. Are we sending Brock Purdy for Jalen Hurts in the 205? Yeah. So hopefully, Matthew Holzer, that's the side that you're on here. Was this I Am Him 31? Is the sleeper name? Jones Barbecue and Foot Massage, a very good team name. Am I sending this stuff for... What am I looking at? Oh, yeah, you have CeeDee Lamb. You have Jalen Hurts. Hopefully hopefully you made the deal and you got those guys. Otherwise, I mean, I guess you could just decline the trade. No, I want to be on the Jalen Hurts and CeeDee Lamb side. And it's not close to me. Josh Downs. I must be the one not seeing it. I don't know why Josh Downs is the most traded player in Dynasty right now. Let's talk. Let's mention that. So we've mentioned our site as a spot where you can submit your trades. We also have a trade database of hundreds of thousands of real Dynasty trades. I'm going to pick a player and hope that this works. This is one of the things sometimes is busted. You click on a player here, you can go to the search option, search for any player. Let's search for Jordan Addison. I was making a video about Jordan Addison today. Please show some trades. If you go to any player's page, here are real Dynasty trades that have happened. And what this site will do on top of that, it is pulling real trades based on your league's scoring. So you'll get to double check it. It'll add in some tight end premium leeway because that's it'll add in a little bit of leeway on the PPR and the tight end premium because that's a bit tougher to find. But based on the league that you have picked, if you go to any player in the search bar and go to the trades tab, it's going to show you real Dynasty trades that are happening in leagues. User 154, am I looking at this? Yes. Yeah, what's up? Yeah, what's up, user 154? So I just wanted to show that if you're looking to see real trades for your players, that is available on the site. We're going to come up with ways to make that more visible for you and put that more front and center to help you come up with other trades for your players. Matthew Holzer, I'm sticking with the CeeDee Lamb side on that deal. Let's throw the next trade on the site, or let's throw the next trade on your screen, and let's clear out user 154's question. And we'll hit a couple of the questions in here. Dalton Lee just had my rookie draft from over the limit on roster spots. Is Will Howard droppable? Should you attempt to trade him? If you feel like you can trade him, trade him. I think he's possibly starting for the Steelers. So he may end up being someone you want to hold, or you trade two other guys so that you can hold him. Max Bays, do I keep Bijan and Taylor even though it would cost me my first and second round picks and two keepers? I don't do a ton of keeper questions, Max. One of the reasons that we make all Dynasty questions go through the site is because people don't give me enough information to go on, and keepers is even more the Wild West. So I to stay away from getting it wrong, I don't do a lot of keeper questions. If the chat is really, really slow, sometimes I do, but mostly I don't. Tony, I see you. We're gonna get to it. And then user 154 is who I said we would get back to, who said, hello, are you looking at this? If you're still here, let me know, user 154. But yes, we are reading the chats. Okay, Tony. Makes me a little anxious because you could be giving up too much value to acquire Hurts. Team is weak at running back, so giving up this value could haunt me if I don't acquire someone like Bucky Irving. So you're sending Jared Goff and Kyler Murray for Jalen Hurts in a 12-team Superflex, start 10, full point per reception with a half-point tight end premium on top. Let me find your team, Tony. Let me find your team. You have like 1,000 quarterbacks. Okay, you guys are seeing it. Tony, what's up with all the QBs? What's up with all the Q beef? You feel like you're giving up too much value going from Goff and Murray to Jalen Hurts in the 206? I don't even know that I need the 206 back on this. I don't know that I need the 206 on here. It's 10 start 10 Superflex. Yeah, Malcolm Lopez saying slam Hurts. I think it's the Hurts side. Are we missing something on here, Tony? Let's take a look. We just got a chat from Tony. I figured they'd eventually trade bait considering I gave up all my picks. The quarterbacks? They could be. Sometimes, but now we're just condensing. Goff and Murray for Jalen Hurts? Yep. And then what do we got? Like, oh, I mean, a lot of these are, you guys can see them. They're not major players. Justin Fields, maybe you get some stuff back. Kirk Cousins, maybe you get him to the Mendoza owner right away after the draft. That's what I'd be looking for. But I'm taking Jalen Hurts here. I'm taking Hurts. I don't want to leave. I don't feel this as strongly in Dynasty as I do in redraft, but I don't want to leave like Goff and Murray out of my lineup every week if this is my team. So if I can get to Hurts and Prescott, who you would then have, and Darnold as a backup, and then like Brissett is there, maybe you're getting something from Brissett. Ooh, we're running out of words. We're starting to get raspy. I'd consider that, but this feels fine. I don't think you're giving up too much. I feel like the Hurts side just has more value. Know your league. I like Jalen Hurts. A lot of people don't. So I might even look and shop. I don't know how much the Hurts manager is shopping Hurts, but one thing you can find, one spot you can find. I see your message. We'll cover it right after this thought. One thing you can find to be true in your dynasty leagues is people are not shopping their players as much as they need to. So you could go ask other people like, hey, would you swap Hurts for this player in a deal? And then acquire Hurts and then make that follow-up swap. So you're not holding 100 quarterbacks. Because I think with this team, like Brissett, Kirk Cousins, I mean, Brissett may be a starter for a while, but if you're just sitting with, or even just with three guys. Yeah, actually, no, I take back where I was going. If you're just Hurts, Prescott, and then Darnold is a third, you're okay. And I with this one, I'm just sticking with Jalen Hurts. How far behind are we? How far behind are we? The site is reloading, refreshing the queue number from, oh my God, we're still at 10. We're still at 10. Okay. We're getting raspy. We did 2 hours last week. We may just bump it into 2 shows this week if I have to. Let's get on this. Samuel J. Dynasty Super Goat. Let's see, JC, how much less valuable are quarterbacks in 10-team Superflex opposed to 12? A little bit. Not a ton. Though guys like Jacoby Brissett, the borderline guys, are where it starts to fall off. We will catch up on some of the chat messages. I see them coming through. Oh God, this is a doozy, Sam. This is a doozy. What are we looking at? Okay, wait. Maybe it's less of a doozy. Where is it? I don't know. Let's figure this one out. 12-team Superflex, start 8, full point per reception, half point tight end premium. On one side, we have Pacheco, Brian Thomas, and a 27 first. On the other side, we have Stroud, Dowdle, Komet, Christian Kirk, 106, 204, and a 27 fourth. I see your question, Kanoa. We're gonna, as you guys are typing them, we'll get to them. On this deal, let's start somewhat crossing stuff off. A 27 first for the 106. Everyone agrees. If you send the 106, you should easily get a 27 first. So then we're looking at Brian Thomas for Thomas and Pacheco for Stroud and a 204 and then a bunch of extra fluff. But do I care about this fluff? Sam, what's going on here? Why are we taking, what's all this stuff? You're Samuel J. What's your team? Your team is on the screen. Here we go. You have Stroud and you're sending all this stuff. Do you have the 106? Did you draft Jadarian Price at the 106? Is that what I'm seeing here? Would I send Jadarian Price for future stuff? Your team is called Nothing But Pain. Okay, yes, I did. You drafted Price. You have Caleb and Stroud. 12-team Superflex start 8. How are we feeling about your team? Team's near the bottom, but is it that bad? You have Caleb Williams and Stroud as your QBs. We're going to send Stroud, Dowdle. What are we getting back? Pacheco the first. Brian Thomas and Pacheco. Like, yeah. Your wide receivers. You've got Tate, Lemon. Okay, you brought in Tate, Lemon, and you have a bunch of 27 firsts. Would I send Jadarian Price and that court? Like, okay. Nope, that's a different team. Jeez. You have 127 first. You have 127 first. We need to fix. That is a note to self. We need to fix that. It wasn't your 27 first pick. You have 127 first. You'd be trading for another one. Am I sending all that stuff away, Jadarian? I don't feel that strongly about Jadarian Price. Like you're sending all that. I could. Could I do this? Could I send Stroud, Dowdle, Komet, the Kirk, the 106? Like, yeah. We're hoping for a bounce back from Brian Thomas. We're also hoping for a bounce back from Stroud. I think my issue with the deal is I don't really want to move Stroud right now at his current value. So can you do something with just moving Price? And I think I'm not sure if you've been here since we were talking about it. I like to make a list of 2 different lists of players on my team. Guys I can move and guys that are going to be hard to move. And then I'm pairing all those hard to move things with the stuff that I can move so I can get paid on it. And I don't know that I view, oh, you don't have Tate. You don't have Tate. Looking at your team, you've got Nico Collins, Michael Wilson. Like Michael Wilson and Alec Pierce are on your team. Those are the guys that are harder to move. So if I'm moving, I'm not worried as much about, do you have Cole Kmet? He's not listed here. If I'm moving Stroud and Jadarian Price, can I get paid out on Alec Pierce? Can I get Michael Wilson done? Nico Collins is something you can move, but if we don't feel like our team is good, we need to pair the stuff you can move with the stuff that's hard to move. Can you get paid on Jalen Knoll for a second or a third in 2027? It's not likely, but maybe you can get that amount of value if you're pairing it with Nico Collins. Stuff like that. Or if I don't love sending Stroud for this team because there's a very good chance he bounces back and gets you is worth more after this year. So like we've done a bunch of number crunching and it feels like it's close. I don't know if it's the thing I want to do. Like you're moving Cole Kmet and Christian Kirk in this deal. Like I don't even care about these guys that much. So they barely are counting in the trade, but I might just be looking to do something else. I'm gonna mark it as even and say like I'd look. You got Stroud. Samuel, you just made this deal and brought in Stroud? You sent someone else's 27 pick and you brought in Stroud? Am I missing that? If you got in Stroud, like then I'm liking it because I think his value jumps up a bit this year. Send in the 27 first for Stroud. You get Jadarian Price. Sure. I may then continue to flip things, continue to flip other things. We've been talking a lot. So the other stuff still holds true. I'd continue to flip. Okay, you traded away Brian Thomas in the pick. Okay. Yeah, then the Stroud side. I was liking the Stroud side before seeing that chat. Which is why we got to go to more. You didn't put it in wrong, Sam. Yeah, you didn't put it in wrong. I think it just, that's what it is. You didn't put it in wrong. Was that a past trade getting graded? That's something that I might have to add in because I see your roster as it is now. And if you already brought someone in, unless I know that we're looking at a past trade, that's all that's happening. We have some other stuff coming in. Let's see. Simba, I moved Brees Hall and Kincaid in a third and got AJ and 107. We're doing all our trades through the site, Simba. We've got a queue of names coming through, which have all submitted their trade through the site ahead of yours in chat, and we will not get to them in chat. I see Simba just rejoined. Simba, all the names across the top, Simba, are people who have submitted their trades through the site. So if you have a trade question, we will go there. Butch, why does the site not work for me? I'm not getting a lot of information to help. I would love to help and make it work. But I don't know. I don't know with what I've got from you there, and I'm sorry. Here we are, AJ Brown in 108 or Rashee Rice. This comes from Jacob Betkowski in a 12-team Superflex start 8. It says 500 internal server error. Shoot. Shoot. That is a Butch. That was a question from Butch, and we'll cover this trade. I don't know why you're getting that. It could be that you need to clear the cache, otherwise something else is broken, and we'll solve it, which is why everything is free right now, Butch, because sometimes this stuff doesn't work. That one, I thought we had caught all of those. 500 means something's busted. I would say clear the cache and give it a shot, but we're going to try to get caught up on the ones that we have. We'll apologize, and let's try to get going on this one. AJ Brown in the 108 for Rashee Rice. I'm a Rice believer. I feel like we're paying full price. I feel like this is the full Rice price. I just wanted to say that because I think it rhymes. We're paying the full Rice price here. Which side of this deal are you getting, Jacob? We're saying we're getting 108, and we're looking for Jacob Betkowski. We're getting the 108 and AJ Brown. Team name is F That's Delicious. This team has AJ Brown and the 108. Am I sending AJ Brown to the 108 to get Rashee Rice? You're saying you're getting Rice. Man, I feel like this is closer to 108 now, like Pierce for Rice. And if you're not getting that, you wait. For all the people that are worried about, like, I'm a Rice buyer, a Rice holder. For all the people worried about Rashee Rice, I don't know that we're getting in on the lower end of that price. It was it was AN or AJ or NE deal. You let me know what that one, NE. You let me know, Jake. What is that one? I'm reading the messages in the TikTok chat. Getting Rice, it was an or NE deal, AJ. And or AJ or no deal. Yeah, I mean, sometimes the price is just too high. Sometimes the price is just too high. If we're paying AJ Brown in the 108 for Rashee Rice, am I going crazy? Let's just look. Sometimes if the deal is like this, I'll pull up Keep Trade Cut and get an idea of what they're saying. You're in a 12-team Superflex start 8. So if we feel like Rashee Rice is going to fully bounce back, he might be higher. I don't like, this is just to get, what is the market thinking of Rice? Because I know I like him generally more here, like wide receiver 20, where they have him. I like him way more than that. And then we're having to add, what'd you say, the 108? Where we're getting it. Yeah, this is, I was expecting to see something like this. I don't really just look at this and go with what they're saying, but I was expecting to see something like this where I know the market is down on Rashee Rice and we're not getting any sort of discount here. Where we're paying as though he's fully back and there's no risk. And if the Rice owner says it has to be AJ or no deal, that's what I would be saying, but I wouldn't be telling you to make that deal. That's what it would take for me to move him. And sometimes the price is just too high in the league you're in. So on this one, I like Rashee Rice. I don't know that I'm sending AJ Brown and the 108 for him. I'm going to stay on that side and like shop at a different store that sells different products is what you got to do in your league. If you're trying to move AJ Brown to the 108, or you just say Rice is too expensive. Like this guy doesn't want to sell him at any sort of discount. I wish that he would, but that's not the league I'm in. I just tried to get Jordan Addison this week. The price wasn't, I wanted to get in on the low end of the market. The owner said, no, I can't change his mind. I don't want to overpay or pay the high end of the market. So I just got to go find a different player. Let's see, Caleb, is the Find a Dynasty thread up to date? It is, as far as I've seen. Let's pull that up. If you guys are looking to join Dynasty leagues, I can't make people post more of them, but we do have that in our Discord. If you're in the Twitch chat or YouTube, it should be !Discord to join. Otherwise, if you're in the TikTok chat, there's no !commands. So let's take a look. But we do have, here's the browser. Do I have it pulled up? Here is our Boom Bust Fantasy Discord. You can check out the Find a Dynasty League page. I have posted my leagues here. Like here. This was 8 days ago. We filled in an orphan team within about a day. If you are looking to fill orphan spots in your league, right now what I have been finding is that people want more leagues than there are leagues posted. So it is up to date, Caleb. I have 2 current leagues that could have someone moving out, but I don't know that they are yet. And when I know, they'll get posted here, and that's where we'll find them. As I'm in other leagues that need to fill spots, I tell them we have a Discord for filling leagues. But yes, it is up to date as much as anyone posts there. I just can't make people post. Samuel says, just joined the Discord. Love the content. Thank you, Big S. Thank you, Big S. Let's go. We're still on trades. My wife probably does need to go to bed soon. And who was that? I said we would cover the chat message from, it was Kanoa. How many more trades are you going to cover tonight? We had some tea. We had some honey. If you've been watching for a bit, you've heard sometimes I'm coughing through words. We're still going a little bit, but it could all come at once. We'll go until we can't talk. Otherwise, shoot, it's already 9:30. We've almost been going 2 hours, and we still have 8 trades in the queue. Let's put MFLD had 2 questions. We're going to go a bit quicker on these, get to MFLDs as the one on there, and then we will be back doing other ones. Does the website work better on the computer? Because I won't be able to get to my computer for a while. It is better on a computer, Simba. If you're getting 500 you were getting a 500 error on your phone, I can run some checks after tonight to make sure that I've caught any oh yeah, importing a module script failed. That's weird. Okay. Yeah, that'll have to get fixed tonight, Simba. That'll have to get fixed tonight. I just got it as well. That sucks. But yeah, I can't do it while I'm doing it right now. Here we go. Butter White Boss, Freaks, Dynasty Official, 12-team Superflex, start 9, half point per reception, half point tight end premium on top. Sports Jazz Fan, are you getting it on the desktop issue? Are you getting an issue on your desktop? I just did get one on the phone, Sports Jazz Fan. It was working earlier today. Let me know if you're seeing it on the phone. In the Middle East right now, just want to time it right. Shoot, Simba. Simba, these do become... Shoot, Sports Jazz Fan. Sports Jazz Fan, Simba. Yeah, sorry. I mean, I can't make any changes right now. I wish I could. You're in the Middle East right now. Just want to time it right. These do go. The reason we put them widescreen on TikTok is really just to encourage that we are on widescreen platforms like YouTube. So if you submit a question on the site, once we are done here tonight, we are going to go to all the questions and post a link to the YouTube video where all the trades will be. So if you ask a question, it is not just catch it live or don't. It is always going to be posted on video. And then on the website, it will also show a link to that video for you. Here we are, Butter White Boss. Alec Pierce to 27 first and Kyle Williams or Roma Dunze. This is one, like, the value is on this side. The value is, I'm hovering it on my mouse. The value is on the Pierce and the first. We're sending a 27 first and Alec Pierce. The value is on that side if you can move it. Sam says, I'm taking the Rome side. You just have more trust in that offense. If I have Rome, I'm not moving them for, like, Alec Pierce isn't pushing me to move this for a first. All right, Butter White Boss, which side of this deal are you? You have Alec Pierce. Am I sending Alec Pierce? Am I sending Alec Pierce? Kyle, I don't care about Kyle Williams in this deal. Am I sending Kyle Williams? Yes, I'll send him to anywhere. Maybe he breaks out in his second year. We didn't see anything in the first year or in the Super Bowl. Maybe it happens in year two. It totally could. But am I willing to send this stuff? I feel like the 27 first should be enough. And maybe you're loving Roma Dunze. But if I'm looking at this trade, my baseline advice is Butter White Boss. Can you take Alec Pierce in a 27 first and just get more somewhere else? You've asked for Roma Dunze. Maybe you love Roma Dunze. The price here is high. Could you get more sending Alec Pierce in a first, like just a different receiver? I feel like you could just get a higher tier receiver without many questions asked. So I would look at that. So I'm sticking with the Pierce side, the Pierce in the first, trying to get more. Because I think you could just send a 27 first and get Odunze in some leagues. I bet if we went to a trade database, Kanoa, this is your trade. What's a better name than Rome you should target? Here is one thing that I do use. Here is one thing that I do use Keep Trade Cut for. I did post a TikTok saying I don't love it as a lot of things, but it does give you a gauge of the market. Like if we just, like, I feel like we're going to type this in and I think it's going to say the Alec Pierce side. So here, let's show this. Also, we're all in Chicago, so Rome has a lot of sentimental value. I don't have any Chicago hats right here. I'm in Chicago right now. I like Roma Dunze. Like, I'm with you. I would love for him to be great. I would love to get him on my team. A 27 first. It says a late 27 first doesn't cover it. I think it does. And I don't like, here's what I mean to say, Kanoa. It's not just that a late 27 first covers it. I don't like to project that 27 firsts, like the future picks are early or late or whatever. I just kind of call them random firsts. But here, just looking at this, I do want to add a ton more context of rather than just me looking at the trade calculator site as the thing. What the point that I was trying to say is the Pierce side could just get more. So if you just want to target a different receiver, I will just unclick that player and then look at, like, looking closer to CeeDee Lamb's going to be too high. But for sending a first and Alec Pierce, we could probably just get Drake London. You won't get this deal in every league. This is one where people say, like, hey, I don't love Keep Trade Cut, but you could go much higher than Rome. You could go Drake London. You could probably more realistically hit Ted McMillan as a possibility. Again, that manager who has Ted might say, I don't like Alec Pierce. I don't want to do that. It's all about knowing the league you're in. Does the Ted manager want a future first and a young player who just signed a contract? Maybe. Some leagues, the Ted manager does want that. Other ones, they don't. So find the league you're in, go for Ted McMillan, go for something else. If your goal is to move a first and Alec Pierce, that's how I would start to look at doing it. But I think you overshot on Rome as the target. Okay, site is showing that. I love Roma Dunze at the same time, but I don't want to go that high on for him. Let me make sure I click review on that. So this will be a little bit of housekeeping on the computer. Naysay, love your takes. This is actually live. It is. You're going to rebuild. What should you do with Pierce, Wandale, Shaheed? I'll try to give the general. Oh, I already clicked. Okay. What should you do with Pierce, Wandale, and Shaheed Naysay. Let's see if we find an answer on this next trade. I don't know that we will. This trade is Christian McCaffrey in a one. Okay. I don't clearly see the answer. Let's get you Naysay. Naysay, you're in a rebuild. What do you do with Pierce, Wandale, and Shaheed? Actually, we kind of talked about this on the last one. You have Drake May. When I am in a rebuild, I will make 2 lists. Players I can easily move to everyone in my league and players I can't. So you have Drake London. You can move Drake London. I'm selling Drake London and Pierce, and I want 2 easily movable pieces back of very similar value. That's the type of stuff I'm looking to do. Naysay, on our site, you can submit your trade questions. This is a queue of questions right now that we're going to get to before yours. So on our site, boombustfantasy.com, we have 7 in the queue that we're going to go through. We will be back again live to answer those. We also on our website have a section where once you're logged in, you can click team advice. And if your question, Naysay, is just, I'm going to rebuild, what do I do? We can request team review. Big button. Once you've logged in and selected your league, it's pretty straightforward on a desktop of creating your account, syncing your sleeper leagues, picking the league you want to use, and then hit request team review. We're going to be adding in more live shows as sometimes, the live show acts as an ad for the site, which gets more people to use it, which means we need to do more live shows to keep up. So we will be doing more, but that is how we will hit your question. Here is the trade that we are on for Caleb, and we're going to start getting to the end here tonight so my wife can go to bed and so I don't fully lose my voice. I just saw Buddha join. Thank you, Fantasy Football Buddha. How are you doing today? If you're the right Buddha, I'm thinking in Australia, hopefully you're doing well. Caleb, 12 team, 1 quarterback, 8 starter, PPR, full focus on this question, sending McCaffrey and an projected early second for Rome Odunze. I feel like we're similarly hitting a little bit higher on Rome. You're sending McCaffrey. If this is the best receiver you can get for McCaffrey, I don't know that we need to add a second to hit Odunze. You guys let me know in the chat. I don't know that it is the Buddha I was thinking of. I don't know that we have to add the early second to hit Odunze. And if we're getting a deeper class next year and we really think it's an early second, we're going to start to get some bleed over like we did. We did not this year, but last year, 2025, the draft class, we did get some bleed over of valuable things hitting the early second. I think it was up to like 204 in a 12-team league, and you're in a 12-team league. This is a 1 quarterback. Ooh. Okay, full focus. Let's repivot. It's a 1 quarterback league. The things that we love in 2027, I mean, I don't mean to use the word love. The things that we like in the 2027 draft class is a ton of quarterbacks. And if you're in a 1 quarterback league, the reason people like this class, the reason to be excited about this class, if you're in a 1 quarterback league and you can sell your future firsts, I might be, because you don't get all the value of what we like about the 2027 draft class. We like some wide receivers, a ton. This is very close to the 2024 draft class. And I'll remind you some of the players. Is this the Marvin Harrison year? Caleb? I'm thinking that's 2024, but it's late for me here. So make sure that we're on the same draft. The draft with Caleb, Neighbors, Drake May, JJ McCarthy, Michael Penix, Marvin Harrison, Malik Neighbors, Rome Odunze. Take a draft class like that, and that's what we're predicting for next year. But if you're in a 1 quarterback league, you don't care about McCarthy. You don't care about Penix. You do like Caleb some. You like Drake May after a year. So this early second is probably not going to hold as much value. So I am okay with swapping it for Rome. With your team, you have Hampton, Kyron, Javonte Williams, McCaffrey to get you through this year. How are we feeling about your team? This is Tristan's team. We're looking at Tristan's team, right? Or did I just so happen to pick the team of the Caleb Lundy? No, that's the team you're trading with. You have Rome. Are you sending Rome to get McCaffrey in the second? You have Gibbs and Chase Brown, Charbonnet. You'd be moving from Ladd, A.J. Brown. I don't know that I am. I don't know that I'm sending Rome away here for McCaffrey. You have the 111. We're not bringing in a ton. Are we doing this? Are we doing this? Naysay said the rose was the default. Oh, I don't have the sound on. I'm sorry. Naysay, I see the rose. Thank you. I see the rose. Thank you. Are we sending Roma Dunze here for McCaffrey on a team that is the 111, which means you were in the championship? I'm going to say if I can't pick a side, then it's you can. Then it's even. If I'm not feeling like one side is jumping out, like it's okay. Yeah. I'm going to call this one even. There are times where the answer is like, yeah, I can. I don't love either one. Yeah, I can move it. There's another one from D. Soares. Is this the same Portuguese Power 1 quarterback league? And am I saying that right, Soares? Probably not. Fantasy football, Buddha, Roma, buy low, in your opinion. I like Rome too. I don't know that if I'm buying low, the pushback that I'd give there, Buddha, is like, if I'm buying low, why am I doing that in May? I don't want to hold a guy. I don't want to feel like I have to hold a guy from May until August. Okay, David. He says I am saying it correctly. Soares? I really hope I am. 8-team, 1 quarterback, start 8, half point per reception. DJ Moore 105, 208 for the one. Okay, so this is the same kind of thing we were looking at. We were looking at this before. You want to jump from the 105 to the 103 and send DJ Moore to do it. You want Tate or Tyson, hoping to use the 203 to trade up again later and try to get Casey Concepcion. So you have the 208. You want to bring in the 203. Are we sending DJ Moore to do this? And your team was good, if I remember. Yeah, you have DJ Moore, you have Puka, Tet. Yeah. Yeah. Would I do this just to move up? Okay, here's my thought. Here's my thought. This is a trade where the roster's on your guys' screen. You're sending away DJ Moore just to move up in the draft. Couldn't you send DJ Moore with Tet and just get a better receiver and feel like, because we're jumping from 105 to 103 in a 1 quarterback league. So we are getting across a tier in wide receivers. And people are holding on to their picks. We're feeling like, man, the time is now where picks are most valuable. What I would say is, because right now you and I are just spitballing throughout the night, different trade stuff back and forth. Can you send DJ Moore and Devonta Smith as an up tier? Can you send DJ Moore and any other player to get an up tier where you feel like you're getting more value? Adam, you're getting errors when trying to create an account. Are you on Adam, are you on your phone or on a computer? How are we feeling? Like, you want to move the 203. If you feel like you'll be able to move the 203, I've had a hard time moving the 203. Like the 208 is barely even factoring in here in this deal. The 208 to 203, like, really check in your league. Do you feel like you're going to get a difference? Because in a bunch of leagues I'm in, we're not seeing any sort of movement between a lot of people have tried to move their second round pick. It's pretty rare that they're getting much for it or getting value for trading up from 203 or back for 203. I'm not going to say you're crazy if you do this. I would say check and see if DJ Moore can get you something else paired with one of your other receivers rather than just kind of the hopes of in the draft. But also, if you did it, I wouldn't think you were dumb. Okay, I'm seeing in the chats, Adam getting errors, Coolio internal server error on mobile. We've confirmed there's an issue on mobile that we'll fix. And then tried both on the sign up and getting an issue. We'll take a look at it tonight is all I can say because I'm just one guy. I apologize. I mean, I'm sorry. Naysay seeing it too on desktop. Okay, then the deploy today broke something, and that's a massive bummer. We are at the point where we have 4 more that we said we would get to. And then we'll have it fixed tomorrow. I think we're at 5 more. Dom, did we get to Dom's? It's a big one. 10 team, 1 quarterback start, 8. Shallower league, 80 starters, 1 quarterback. Are we sending Laporta, Hampton, Vidal, and a late second for McBride, Tootin, and a first? Yeah. We can. Yeah. 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 Can we go from Laporta, Hampton to McBride? Like, Tootin's the big piece here. If we could get something else on Tootin. Coolio saying the Bride side. I'm close on it. The difference maker here for me is because it's a shallower league. There's no tight end premium here. And I don't know that we're going to get the same year for Trey McBride this year that we got last year. But getting the first round pick helps. The 27 first round pick. Man, I don't love moving Hampton, but we're getting a lot for him. And I don't love that I'm getting Tootin back. But that's just a me with the Tootin feelings. I'm taking the Trey McBride side. I'm taking the Trey McBride side. It's probably not something I would build to bring in a deal for Hampton because I don't feel that committed to him. But if I felt like I could move Tootin in my league, that would make it easier for me. We're going to go a little bit faster to get to the end here and try to figure out what's going on with the site so that we don't have any issues in the future. We got a bunch of these that came through during the show today, so it's working for some people, not working for others. I'd like to get it working for everyone. Dalton Bentz, Coast to Coast Dynasty, 10 team, 1 quarterback, start 9. Rashee Rice, Kyle Monangai for Judkins and Jordan Mason. Whew. This one just feels like positionally, what do you want? Do you want Judkins or Rice? Both guys have had some issues with the law, issues with suspension. Coolio saying the Rice side. I don't think I could argue either way. I like Judkins. I like Rice. Maybe Monangai has more upside than Jordan Mason. I feel like Mason and Jones both feeling pretty good for this year. We might see a little bit more Jordan Mason. We could see another injury from Aaron Jones. We don't know that there's that much value for either Monangai or Mason after this year. I'm a believer in both Rice and Judkins, and I would be buying both of them at their price. So just doing a straight swap. I think I want Rice for the production. David saying, thank you for the advice. Hey, thank you, David. Thank you for using the site. Here's a second one involving Rashee Rice. Same dude, 10 team, 1 quarterback, start 9. Rice, Harvey, a third, fourth, or Amon-Ra. Yeah, give me Amon-Ra. Give me Amon-Ra. Give me Amon-Ra here. I feel like at that point, we're getting kind of full price on Rice, full Rice price. I'm a Harvey buyer. I'll add that, but I don't feel that strongly about it that I got to hold Harvey here. The third and the fourth don't really matter to me in this deal. Just give me Amon-Ra St. Brown. And then we'll take that stuff. Even if you needed a running back, you then down tier from Amon-Ra and bring in a different running back and a different receiver, and you feel fine. We've got the final two. The final two. We had a follow from Jay at $20.21. Thank you very much. I need to, okay, we'll fix the follow noises. We have them, I don't know why we don't get them. We had follow noises during the regular season. I have follow noises when I stream gaming during the day. on the Boom Bust Gaming page. I don't know why I'm not getting them right now. MFLD and Claim the Throne, a 12-team Superflex start 10 PPR with a 0.75 tight end premium. Are we trading Ladd McConkey in the 105 for Malik Neighbors? Yeah. I'm taking Neighbors. I like Ladd to bounce back in a way this year. I don't know that we're going to know anything about Keenan Allen being there or not until like June, July, maybe. And if he signs there, that does hurt Ladd. If he's not there, I do like Ladd as a buy option. We got Malcolm Waffalo. Can we find this team on my screen? Why can't I find? Here we go. This is Malcolm Flo. Am I sending Neighbors away? No. If I have Neighbors, not sending them was it the 105? The 105 in a super flex. This guy has Lamar, Goff, and Cousins. Is he trying to get Mendoza at 105? I don't see a need for it. They have the 101 this year, the 105. They have their 27 first. If you have Lamar, Goff, and you're hoping for Mendoza, like, not worried about it. Oh, Malcolm Lopez, older trade. You got Neighbors. Malcolm, this trade got submitted today. Oh, it's an older trade and you want to know what we think of it. I think that's what you're saying. It's an older trade. We're not talking about possibilities. What do we think of it? I like it. Wait. No. Yeah. I like it. You got Neighbors and I like it. We'll close that one out. Final one is also Malcolm's. This is the last one that we're covering. And then we'll check in on any message that we had here. Still rebuilding, hoping to buy low with Commanders, not drafting a running back. You have 327 first. Would I send a 27 second for Krosky Merritt? You could probably get him for cheaper or get something for more. If you're coming out of a rebuild and you feel like it's an early 27 second, have you checked in on Derrick Henry as a cheaper option, Malcolm? Are we bringing in, with this team, you have Devon Achane, Spears, Sampson, Gordon, Singletary coming out of the rebuild. You have multiple 27 firsts. You want to send the 27 second for Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt. Can we target someone that we feel better about? I personally feel better about like what it would take to get you David Montgomery. Could you get Derrick Henry here? Could you get, you have Achane and Spears, who is all like can be your flex or your fill in. You kind of just need 1 second guy, 1 or 2 second guys. So I would look at Montgomery or sending a future first for a guy rather than hitting Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, who you're right. They didn't bring anyone in Washington. I still don't feel amazing about him where I'd want to make the bet and buy him. If I have him, I'll hold. I don't know that I'm jumping out to buy him. Even with like for me, they're running Chris Rodriguez out there ahead of him, kind of guys that wouldn't start on any other team getting work ahead of him. I don't want to commit to bringing in Krosky Merritt, who like could not hold a starting job last year. I like him and I'll buy back in if I see the commies using him. But right now, I'm not that excited. I would look at other options. And now let's clear out any messages in the chat. That is the final one that has come through. And it also, like, I can't think of a reason why the site would have broken, but no trades have come through. So there's definitely something going on. And a lot of people are saying they can't get something through. Wanted to get this in. Would you do Shadur for Wandale? Yeah. I would take Wandale. Because that's a 1-for-1 and an answer came to me. We'll cover that one. Oh, a trade did just come in a minute ago. We did call out MFLD as the last one that we were going to get to. We will be back. It's Wednesday. We hit the reality of like how we're planning this out. As trades are coming in, as we see the demand, we can add more shows. Today's Wednesday. We'll probably be here Monday doing live trades again, 7:30. And then that may mean instead of Wednesday next week, that we probably do Monday, Thursday to get these spread out and make sure that we're hitting demand. Does that feel okay? Monday, Thursday, Q will build up. We'll add more in on the show, but we have gone for almost 2.5 hours. So I feel like we got to just add in another show. Just add in another show and fix any issues. I can't fix issues while I'm doing them. Hondo, we will get the site working. All of our trade questions did come in through the site, Hondo. We have had some people reporting issues, but we also covered about, like 25 trades today. 25 trades today. Coolio says, heck yeah, glad to see another show. Hey, glad to see you back, Coolio. I do remember a lot of the names that come through. I see you. And I do, Coolio, thank you for engaging in the chat and just saying what you think of them, the different trades. We are in the wrap up here. We'll get stuff sorted. If you're looking for updates on any sort of status of things, let's make sure I hit the browser. We do in the Discord have where you can report issues in the Boom Bust support section. Like Dilly, who had mentioned they were having some issues with the confirming login screen. They tried it with their Gmail as a different type of login that we added in the last week, and that's sorted for them. If you're seeing issues, you can post that in the support section and we'll get more attention on it. But I'm just one guy and I can't make changes if I'm on the trade show. And then in the off week, we're trying to make the trade show better for next week. So let me know there. And then we'll be back. I think I'm going to confirm it with the wife that we can, but we'll be back Monday and then probably again next Thursday. So Monday, Thursday, and get to 2 shows a week. And hopefully we can keep up with demand. Well, hopefully we can't keep up with demand. Hopefully we're getting a ton of usage and we're going Monday through Friday, covering stuff. We're ramping it down. Thank you guys for being with us. If you ever miss one or miss your trade, these do live live on YouTube immediately afterwards, or as soon as YouTube processes it. It's going to take this live stream that's going there now and it's going to turn it into a video and it will be there so you can check it out. Thank you guys for watching. We will be back. Thank you for using the site. Thank you for watching. We'll close it out. I'm just going to find the button to click to end this and go to bed. There's that one. And then these ones, Twitch and YouTube, go offline now. Thank you guys.